Good evening. Welcome to the Gooner Booth. We are back. It's a big game on Sunday. Please hit the like button, subscribe. A few more subscribers after that shit show on Wednesday. I'm not talking about the game. No, well done, boys. Thank you for uploading a few tech issues. We're back on track now, guys. So, yeah, apologies, please. Thank you for bearing with us. I did watch it, though. I caught up on the highlights. Good game. Your stream was good, guys. Some good, other than the technical issues. The stuff you was talking about was really, really good. So nice one there. Cool. Big game on Sunday. Who wants to start us off? Good evening, guys.
Yeah, good evening. Firstly, I'd like to say apologies to those watching and everyone else, and David again. My laptop was just not playing ball that in the evening, and it was a bit jolty and like it has been. But we got back to normal. Welcome back, and welcome back, Tone. Thanks for sodding off on Wednesday and leaving me and David high and dry. But we got through it just about.
I mean, it was a long old drive. To be fair, I could have done without it. But no, it was good. I went to a wedding up in Somerset. Different world up there, must admit. A lot of old people. No disrespect to the old people, but yeah, a lot of old people. Must be a retirement place where people go out to retire.
I wouldn't mind a quiet place to live like that, Tone, as opposed to the hustle and bustle of London, my friend, and out of London. But yeah, good evening, David. Yeah, you know, you boys will see in my 11, but this is the game that I've waffled on about, and this is what I want. I want us to win. I thought we were fantastic though on Wednesday. And as me and David obviously alluded to in my Jolty stream the other night, was that obviously this is an important game, and I think we need to go for it, boys. I mean, I'm not saying it's an easy game, but I think that we can get at them, and especially we can annoy the crap out of them with set pieces. So anyway, I'm going to pass it over to David, and that's my thing. But yeah, good evening to you both.
Cool. No. I think the posing question, Dave, hand over to you. How do we win this game? Let's focus on that as a subject. How are we going to win this game?
No, I'd like to say good evening to everyone and yourselves, guys. Yeah, nice to see you again. The game on Sunday, how do we win it? As you already alluded to, set pieces can be major weapon for us. I don't think they're great defensively. Their centre backs are not great. They're quite injury prone, accident prone. They've definitely got an accident in them. I think obviously their fullbacks are a bit of a challenge because Cucurella and James are going to be tough. So obviously it's who we play on the left-hand side with Trossard picking up the little injury. So do we play Mudweki left, or do we use who else we got for left? I
mean, you got Martinelli back.
Martinelli.
Erdegaard only had, what did he have? About 10 minutes, was it? Or something, 10, 15?
Yeah.
Yes, that's the one, David. That's the question, mate, isn't it?
So, go on, mate. No, go on.
I was going to say, I read somewhere that Cole Palmer might be fit for this game.
Yeah. No, he's fully fit. Apparently, fully fit. Yeah.
But they must be desperate, though, boys, and a bit worried.
They've got to be, exactly,
because he ain't played no minutes at all, so they've got to be worried. They've got to be.
And they will fire him in. They'll fire him into this game, won't they?
Yeah, definitely. 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Doesn't mean he's going to hit it, Tone. We can sort him out.
Yeah, that's it.
I'll tell you who I'm most worried about is Estevo.
Yeah.
I'm pronouncing his name right. Yeah, he's been brilliant for them. He against Barcelona run the show. So I think if we can shut him up, I think that there's two key battles for me. Estevo, close him down, shut him up, and Cucurella on the right-hand side. Always mark Saka out of a game. Saka's never had a good game against him head to head.
No, he hasn't.
So I want to see that. I'm going to be looking at them areas there. But I said this in our chat a couple of days ago. I would like to see Martinelli go up front for this game. And the reason being is Chelsea they've got a lot of youngsters at the back, right? They've got James and he's right. But they're two centre halves. I feel like if you've got pace, right? If Gyökeres is fit, I think he comes straight in as well. But if you've got pace, right, that press is going to be extremely important from kickoff on Sunday. Is having that high press, and Martinelli's pace, right, is frightening. Right, he's got to be one of the quickest players in the Premier League. Right, he's just inconsistent. I think that's where I think we disagree on him as Arsenal supporters. Right, whether he's just inconsistent as a player, knows one's down his talent, but him playing up front and you've got Madueke on the left if Trossard's not fit, and Saka on the right, that press is pretty frightening. When they've got the ball and you've got them three pressing forward along with Eze, right? That's pretty effective. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, go on, David. I'll let you, matey, because I'll do this quite regularly, my friend. I'll get you can answer that one, matey.
No, well, do we bring in Odegaard for the press as well, Tone? Because obviously he's the trigger to our press. I know he's been injured. I know he's back. It might be one step too far for him this game.
I don't know. I think Eze's been playing so well in that role.
It would be a bit unfair to drop him.
I don't think he's going to touch it, from being honest with you. I think if Trossard is fit, he comes back in. I think if not, it'll be Madueke that we'll go into the starting 11 that Wayne's sort of done.
Yeah, just to sorry, Tony, interject. Just to give you boys some more sort of what I've also read, like it is touch and go. It's not a major issue for Trossard, boys. So that could be good. Okay. Whether he makes the game against Chelsea, but I don't think it. Apparently, according to Arteta's press conference, it's not a major issue.
Fair cop. That's it then, isn't it?
But yeah, I see what you're saying, Bones. I just think again, and obviously I don't want to step all over a discussion point anyway, because Tony's going to bring up the starting 11 soon. But why I've picked that is I think he's going to go for it again. But I also think that this is the options we have, and as I've always said, I mean, what was it the other night? I got it right, and Tony was like, I didn't agree with it on our chat, blah blah blah. Getting an Arteta formation, starting 11 right from this moment onwards, with the players coming back, it's going to be like you might as well put the lottery on, boys, because if you get it right, you know what I mean. So, and it's options. My starting 11 might not represent what Tony thinks, might not represent what you think, David. No. But what it is I'm trying to guess what Mikel will go with. But I love the fact that we, as much as obviously with Trossard not being fit, boys, that's why obviously you'll see what I've done. I don't know if he's fit or not, sorry. That's what I mean. But I think it's to have them options still. He knows this is a manager now who had to go 4 months playing a central midfielder as a striker at the back end of the season. He's
found some comfort in Bruno, hasn't
he? He's found that thing to go, look, if I'm got nothing, he knows how to play without a striker.
I mean,
you know what I mean? So he might go for that, but
just to throw something in there, Wayne, he scored 6 goals in 2 games with Marino up front. So,
yeah,
I feel like you might be onto something there. It's is he gonna break something that's there's a bit of form going on, right? And the form's in place with Eze starting that number 10 role and Marino up front. So,
and I want to chuck something to you boys to have if you can before the game, do yourselves a favour. Look at the game against Tottenham. Look at the game against Bayern. I'm pretty sure what you might see is that Moreno drops a little deeper, and Eze is like a shadow 9. Yeah. Eze, what they're trying to say is you watch him play. He's trying to put Eze in the right places, and I think that's at the moment he goes, look, I haven't got a striker, because you look at Gyökeres, we love Gyökeres, we've established that. But when you've got a player like that, you can have a float, you can interchange with Eze as opposed to having an out now. And then who are we going to mark? Centre halves, come on, they're not the strongest ones. Who is it? Moreno playing up top? Is it Eze? That gives us an advantage. The problem I had, though, is what David's alluded to, and he's 100% right, and we can agree on that, Tone, is with Odegaard's pressing. But that will also come in different kind of games and game states, boys. But at the moment, I think obviously for me personally, I'd have to go with resting, not chucking Gyökeres in, making sure Martinelli's still, if Martinelli can be an impact player again. Imagine that pace coming on, boys, with 20, 30 minutes. That's what you want. Madueke reluctantly, but I don't want to put Eze at the moment and kick him out that number 10 zone. Would you guys agree with that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it would be unfair. It would be unfair to kick him out of there because he obviously scored the hat-trick. He did have a decent game, So I think that with the pressing side of it, there's nothing stopping the guys doing it. Anyway,
guys, my laptop tried to restart then. I don't know what happened then.
Oh no. Yes, we've had.
Can you hear me?
I say about technical difficulties.
You can hear me, yeah? No, my laptop decided to try and restart itself, so it kicked me out. Sorry, guys.
Dear.
Sorry, where was you? Go on, continue.
No, just basically the press can be managed by the other players. It don't have to be solely down to Odegaard. So there's different options. That's the beauty of our squad. There's so many options that we can do all sorts, can't we? So that's really good.
I think Wayne's sound's knocked off. I think I've knocked his sound off. Yeah. Please bear us, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry, sorry, Dave. What was you saying while Wayne reconnects?
No,
yeah,
just
Wayne,
the pressing. Go on, Wayne.
Sorry about that, boys. I had a double of Tony, and then I couldn't hear anyone. So, but anyway,
sorry
we're
about
back.
that.
Crack on with it. Crack on with it. Go on, boys.
Yeah,
go on, Dave.
I'll go again. Let's go again.
Yeah,
the pressing side of it
Bloody
can be managed
technical
by
issues.
the other players up front. That's basically it. They all know their jobs. What guys are coming in, they all know their jobs. So they should be able to manage the pressing without Odegaard being there and let him have another week of training, get him fit a bit more, and then he's got to try and get back in the team. Obviously, he's captain, but don't mean to say he's automatic starter now, does it? The one battle I want to see though, boys, which all the Chelsea fans that I know, all keep talking about, is Caicedo versus Rice.
I was just going to get into that.
I'm seeing a lot of banter
about
one. That,
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
Best
Obviously,
midfielder
James
in the world.
Timber is another one, but there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Caicedo and Rice.
Listen, you know what? He come out of an interview, and I think whether you'd say that as sort of like, I wouldn't want one of my players to say it, but he went, I was close to joining Arsenal. It didn't happen. I wanted to join a team, obviously young enough, blah, blah, blah. And I thought to myself, what you're saying there is to polar opposite, obviously, with Chelsea buying 25,000 players and hoping a couple of them, 11 of them stick so they can have a good football team.
Yeah.
Caicedo is a good player, boys, but I just think I think Rice is a level above.
Yeah.
And I think he's raised his level. Well, I'm not saying Caicedo's rubbish.
I'm sorry, but
he's no good. But I think Rice is a better player. That's just my.
I'm pretty sure most Chelsea supporters would agree with that comment. If they're not biased, right? If not being biased, their team, they would agree that
they've got blue tinted glasses. I'm telling you.
You're right, David. You're right.
If you would say to them that if you could swap Rice for Caicedo, I think they'd bite your hand off. Surely.
I don't know, Tone. I don't know, mate.
No.
The ones I talk
they love
to,
him.
mate.
They love him, Tone. A lot.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Apparently, to them, they've got the best fullbacks out of us. Yeah. They've got a better midfield than us.
I think it's just a better team, David.
Their wingers are better than us. Their manager's better than us. Yeah. This is according to most Chelsea fans. But then when you ask them, are they in the title race? They'll say, no. No, we're in a top 4 race this year. But if they say what we've got, then they say we must win it. They try to heap the pressure on us. But then when we say, well, you've got a better team than us in so many areas, you're saying James is the best fullback in the league. You're saying Caicedo is one of the best midfielders in the world. How about you guys actually put a bit of chest on it and say, hold on a minute, we're in for the league this year. But what are they saying? Oh, let's wait for Sunday. If we beat Arsenal, then we maybe can talk that we're in the league.
Yeah.
How about you say, hold on a minute, we're in the league now, even if we don't win?
David, I want to put and also want to, obviously includes both of you, but how much money have they spent? They should be title contenders.
Many countries bankroll.
Billion, over how many billion? Tony, if you get, don't worry about getting it up now, Tony. But honestly, boys, they have spent so much money over the years that don't sit there and tell me you guys should have been challenging for the title 3 years ago when you started spending all this money on players.
And they still ain't got a goalkeeper, centre back or striker. All that money, and they still ain't got them 3 positions solved.
No, exactly.
It's fine this week in a way, isn't it?
But that's what I'm saying. The amount of money they spent. I said, sorry, boys, I don't want to go too off topic. It's still talking about the team that we're playing on Sunday. I used to have a Chelsea guy at work, and I said to him, listen, mate. I said, in all due respect, in terms of being friends and blah blah blah, by the team we support, you boys have spent £1 billion, and I don't see Weldies. I don't see a Neymar. Just for argument's sake, boys, I don't see like a Neymar. What Man City did buying a Robinho, and everyone's like, Jesus Christ.
So I've got some stats here for you, Wayne. So 2022-23 season, they spent 612 million.
Yeah.
Right. World record breaking first season.
Yeah.
And you've got 2023-24, they spent 468 million.
There's your billion.
And then you've got 2024-25, they spent 276 million. with a total of 1.357 billion spent
There you go.
in the last
There you
3
go.
years.
Still
There
no
you go.
striker,
Thank you for that,
centre-back or
Tone.
goalkeeper.
So
So, boys, you've got to tell me that if it's like Real Madrid spend that kind of money, or Barcelona, they should have the Harlem Globetrotters, shouldn't they?
Definitely.
So this is what I'm saying. You look at that Chelsea team, and don't get me wrong, like Neto can be a pest. You know, they've got that Jamie Gittins, didn't they, from Dortmund. Esteval's obviously a really good pick.
Yeah, they've got a good team.
They're picking good youngsters out, boys. But for me, I think if you're spending that amount of money, you know, you kind of want to see back in the day. If you spent that, you'd be wanting to see Pavel Nedved, Zidane, you know, Raul, you know, Ronaldo, big Ronaldo, Brazilian Ronaldo.
Ronaldo. There you
What,
go,
yeah,
yeah.
but you know what I'm saying? Zlatan
Brazilian
Ibrahimovic
Ronaldo,
alongside him, like you know, Buffon in goal, Nesta at the back. This is a lot of money spent.
I think
And
the
I don't
owners
see world class stars. I see young stars who could become brilliant. I don't see worldies, and that's a lot of money to spend, boys, in my opinion. You know?
Cool. I think let's get into the predicted 11. I think there's a good segue there, mate. So you've gone with can everyone see that? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll zoom in a little bit. There we go. Right, obviously Raz and goal.
We are getting old, Tone. We don't. You know what I mean? We have to start squinting, matey.
Yeah, we've got Raz and goal. I mean, that's obviously a no-brainer, isn't it? That's what he's one of the first in the team sheet. I think he's been a little bit clumsy lately. I don't know if you guys would agree with that. Yeah, I think that's because he ain't got a lot to do in the game. I think concentration levels drop. Yeah. So, but yeah, I hope that we can't be dealing with any shit this weekend. We've got to be on point. So concentration levels got to be high. I don't think he'll be one of the games where he won't be busy. I think that Chelsea will be well up for this, and he'll have to be on his A game. Obviously, Timber at right back definitely doesn't pick himself. Saliba, obviously. Now this is where I'm a little bit, because he went with Mascara, didn't he, during the week? Yeah, and he done a decent job, didn't he?
Yeah, it's good game.
I'm torn with this, Tone, and sorry to interject because I know exactly what you're saying, but I want to obviously have you boys obviously your opinion. Again, it's just me trying to open up the pitch. Mosquera was fantastic against Bayern, Tone, and I've got to say to you, I'm really torn with this, boys. I've gone for it in terms of left, like I've said in previous videos, but if he's put Mosquera in there, I wouldn't have a problem. I just think sometimes, as you say, this is me. And you'll see why we go further up in the starting 11. This is me trying to guess Arteta as opposed to my own one. But yeah, Mosquera was fantastic all night, Tone. Didn't put a foot wrong. You know, Bayern Munich played a typical scored a typical English goal, put the ball over the left back's head, crossed into the box, and he stole in for the goal. You know, there was no weakness in the defence. I mean, MLS, I do not want to be slagging this kid off one jot. He just got under the ball. He's not fully match fit, as I tried to allude to in me and David's sort of post match. Sorry. So what I'd say with that, Tone, in my defence, and obviously I'll pass it back to you boys. I'm in an iron about this. I think it's the fact that Big Gabs is out tells you that if a simple fan like myself can't choose between Hincapié and Mosquera, you know, it says how much for the depth, doesn't it? Let's be fair. Because both those players can come in for Big Gabs and do a job.
Well, they'd start for Chelsea anyway.
Exactly.
Both of them, Mosquera and Hincapié would start.
But what would you, as I say, boys, that's what we discussed. Would you put Mosquera in?
No, I'd probably rest him. I'd play Hincapié this game. Because where he played the 90 minutes against Bayern.
Well, yeah, we
had a good game. He did have.
We got again on Wednesday, didn't we? We got again against Brentford on Wednesday as well. Right?
That's what I'm saying. And honestly, Tone, I think Hincapié was fantastic against Spurs. I think obviously rested in midweek. What it is as well is obviously you got to realise he was coming back from an injury as well. He played twice for Ecuador in the internationals, so I think obviously this is just a case of making sure he's sort of like fresh. He's
Esteval is a right winger, isn't he? He plays on the right hand
Is he
side.
on the right?
I think he is. I think he is.
Yeah,
If
I
he
think
is, it's
him and
So-
Neto, they sort of interchange, didn't they,
swap.
throughout the game? They swap sides.
Oh,
every
they do they? Right,
So-
okay. Because so you'd want Nkappi's pace, because Calafiori's a good player, but he's more of a technical player. He might get outrun a little bit, and sometimes he gets turned. He gets turned when he's defending, doesn't he? You know, he gets caught a little bit too far up the pitch where he's trying to make things happen for us. So he may even go, this might be an option for him to go Mosquera again and go Nkappi as left back, because I don't think he's going to play Lewis Skelly again 2 games on the trot, not with the amount of players that we've got available in that position.
Nah, he looked a little bit unfit, didn't he?
He did. He did look match
Looked like he was down on his feet a little bit.
Yeah. It's tough on the lad, Tone. And I think as well, obviously, that England call up and what's his name was saying, you know, he can play on a young lad's head. He's the future of this football club. You know what I mean? We need to keep him sort of in and around the team. But yeah, listen, Dave, I think that's, that could be an option. I think obviously Calla will start. And I think obviously, like you say, what people are comparing Nkapio with, boys, is that he's got like there's certain aspects of his game where he's like big Gabs in the aggression. He's good in the air, and I think again like Mosquera and Saliba might be not the strongest in the air, as opposed to having so like an Nkapio who can get his head on it as well. When Calafiori was fantastic coming on against Bayern, you can just see a totally different level of the geezer. So yeah, it'd be interesting, boys. I mean, but that's my reasoning behind it is I like the aggressiveness of Hincapié and being a left-sided player. If Calafiori does go back, he can slot to the left. But yeah, Mosquera, I wouldn't have a problem with either, and that's a great problem to have, boys, in my opinion.
Definitely.
No, yeah. The only thing that I'm a little bit on is Madueke on the left wing. I don't know if he does. I don't know if he does a job out there in terms of.
I don't, Tone. Again, I don't know. Do you? You know what? Again, boys. Please, obviously, put what you think. Why? I'd love Martinelli being an impact against this Chelsea team. I just would love this tired.
I'd honestly throw him up front just for the pace.
Even if it's like if you throw him up front at the end tone sort of thing, like I want to see Martinelli, and I mean it in all due respect as well, because he is coming back, and Madueke's played a bit more than Martinelli because he brought him on, didn't he, on the Spurs game. I want to see Martinelli go at these boys at home, and I want to see him do it in the last 25 minutes or so, depending on what the game is, and go at them like he did with Bayern and scare the living crap out of them.
If we're 1-0 up, that's ideal circumstance for Martinelli.
That's what I'm saying.
They're trying to push forward.
Exactly.
Ball over the top, he runs.
There's a ball over because Ezra and Martinelli have got starting to get a good understanding, and I think when these boys are tired, and again, but yeah, I get your Tone. It is one of them things. Again, as well, another factor that I was trying to go in, because that's my personal opinion. And again, boys, this is what it's about. You don't agree with it. This is up for debate. But also, and one that I was thinking of is, as much as Madueke might be the fitter winger out of what we've got, could the Chelsea factor and going back to a team, your old team, play a factor in how we would play? Because these crowd, it might have a mixed reaction sort of thing. How would he respond? I think he's been fantastic when he has played anyway, and obviously that goal, it gives him a breed of confidence. So I'm thinking I'm going on that goal as well. You see how much it meant to him. But I get what you're saying, Bones. I 100% do. I would like to see, and I'm going to pass it straight back over to you boys, what you think as well. A Saka and Noni changing wings. Why not? Saka's done it before.
Yeah.
But confuse those fuckers. You know what I mean, Bones? If he's struggling against Cucurella, who's going to know Cucurella more, Saka or Noni? So, but listen, I'm not the manager. I was going on the fittest one, but yeah, I want to see Martinelli. Whether you guys agree, I want to see him at the back end of it to really go at him. Stretch the team when it's getting late in the game.
Cool. Let's quickly test your Arsenal knowledge. What was the biggest win at Stamford Bridge?
5-1.
Was it the
5-1? When was it?
3 years ago, wasn't it? 2-3 years ago.
No, that was at the Emirates, wasn't it? There was a 5-3, wasn't it, Tone?
5. Yeah. Oh, well done. It weren't Canu's hat trick, was it? That game.
No, that was 3-2.
3-2.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I can only remember the 5-3 being the biggest. Yeah, look, it's gone again.
Yeah, he's trying to restart again.
Sorry, Wayne, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry.
Yeah, because that's what happened last time, and it went. See, this is what I'm saying, Tone. I'm glad I'm not the only one having technical difficulties.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's yeah.
But anyway, guys, we apologise. We are cracking on, but the technical difficulties have kind of plagued us these last couple. Sorry, Tone. Go on. Was it the 5-3?
5-1 in 1930.
Oh,
biggest ever win at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got the score right. I was a bit.
Well done. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Cliff Bastin, was it, Tone?
Oh,
I don't know the scores, mate. My things come off now. I had to stop.
Cliff Bastin.
Yeah, it would have been under Herbert Chapman, wouldn't it? The
Herbert
1930.
Chapman.
Yeah, I think it would have been under Herbert Chapman. That's in the early 30s. We were winning league titles. It was
who was it the other day? We said Ted Drake or something, wasn't it?
Ted Drake, yeah.
Yeah, Ted Drake.
Ted Drake. He was Ian. Who is it? No, Cliff Bastin. Ian Wright beat. He was one of. But Ian Wright beat his tally.
Yeah.
And obviously Omri beat Wright.
He's one. That's right.
Yeah. Cliff Bastin, Ted Drake. I mean, they're in the 50s. They might have been in the 50s, though, boys. To be fair, but
used to have a cigarette at half time.
Exactly.
Different days back then, and steaks and all that. You know, the night.
Yeah, it's got it. You boys are right. So Cliff Bastin, Jack Lambert, and David Jack.
Yeah, Cliff Bastin. Yeah,
there you go.
Like early 30s.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, good.
History lesson for you there.
Yeah, just testing. Yeah, good test. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. What can we afford to lose this game?
I would have said, I say, boys, I will stick by it. And with Bayern, I would have preferred, if you're going to give me one of them. I don't think we can, but I also don't think that Chelsea are going to be strong enough to challenge for a title over the course of the season. Someone has said as well, made a good point, that City lost, and you won. And this is him talking he's talking third person to a Chelsea fan. Sorry, a City fan was saying to a Chelsea fan, you've literally taken advantage of us losing, sort of thing, and now you've gone second. I don't think they're strong enough to, but they're definitely going to be top four. Could be top four, challenging for that. But I hate Stamford Bridge, boys. So if you come away with a draw, I would say accept it, because it's a tough game to go, tough ground to go to. And we've had a couple of air and scaring moments the last couple of times. We beat them 1-0 3 years ago.
Last time we lost there was 2018.
Yeah, and I want us to extend it, boys.
Definitely.
100%. But I get what you're saying, Tone. I just think we have to, and I'll pass it to you now. Back to you, boys. In my opinion, Tone.
I think the problem we've got, right, we're 6 points clear as it stands, right, and they bring it back to 3 points. You got City. I'm not even looking at Liverpool anymore, because they're literally a game away from their manager being sacked. So I'm not worried about them now. I'm worried about City. Picking up the momentum during Christmas. Yeah, they've got Leeds at home, and Leeds are in trouble as well, right? They're going to be losing, so they're going to win comfortably, right? So we could be closing out Sunday evening, right? If with 3 points on us, if we have a bad game, and City also drawing in closer. I'll be shocked if Leeds pick up a result at Etihad. I don't see it, but then worse things have happened. Crazy things have happened so far in this Premier League season. Look at I was thinking about the other day. I was one of these people as well. When Liverpool signed Isaac, literally they've got the league now. That's them taking that league. But look what's happened. So anything can happen in these games, right? And I think Chelsea will have the bit between their teeth, because we weren't title challengers. We're still not considered title challengers, whereas I think they are. The league they
should be considered title challengers.
With the money they've spent and the squad they've got. So they're going to be confident with this game. They're going to go into it and go, if we beat Arsenal, we can put a marker down. So we've got to be really careful, and we've got to start strongly. I'm worried that my laptop's gonna be funny again, so I'm gonna go straight to our predicted scores. So, Dave, we'll start with you. What's your prediction?
2-1 Arsenal.
2-1 Arsenal. Okay.
Yeah. Do
you think we'll concede first?
No, I don't.
No. Yeah, I think I'll take that confidence because we went into that Bayern game, and I must admit, I think we was underdogs. I think I was like, oh, how are they going to get on with this Bayern team? They're scoring goals for fun. Even I was in our preview was like, oh, I'm a little bit skeptical with this one, but you know, we got up for it, and I think we can get up for this game as well. I think literally the way things are going, if we pick up a lot of momentum during the Christmas period, we could be like, if we beat Chelsea,
Sunset, resting players for Champions League.
Yeah, we need to be in a position come end of this year where we're 10, 11 points clear. I think we've been there before, right? But we need to close it out, which I think we've got now. I think the players have got that confidence now. You can tell, and we've got one thing that we didn't have before is that squad depth to deal with it. And it's going to be a bigger test, right? This is going to be a huge test, right? To see if we can carry on going, right? We've put a marker down in the Champions League, beating one of the biggest teams in Europe. But can we go and smash away Chelsea, who are well on our heels? If they win, it's going to be dangerous. So yeah, my prediction is pretty similar to David. I'm going to go 1-0. So I think it's going to be really tight. But I think we'll nick it, whether that be a set piece or I'll take a set piece right now. Bite
all day long, 1-0 set piece.
You know, but I think Chelsea will be up for it. Whether they throw Palmer straight in. If they throw Palmer straight in, then their desperation is going to be there. And I think he's going to break up the form that they've been getting without him. So I think if they throw him in desperation, I don't think he will, but if he does, then I reckon that we'll beat them because he changes their shape completely when he starts. So, Wayne, what's your prediction?
Yeah, no, I've got to say, the way you boys are, that's exactly. I think there's going to be one in it. I want to veer more towards David's. I think there's going to be a bit of frustration, and I think they will score. But again, I hope not. I hope we shut them out, like you said, Tone. But I want to stick with whether my thing is whether we score first or they do. But I think we've got the mentality, if they do, to come back in and beat them and turn it around. I'd much rather us go ahead, sort of thing. I'd much rather us go 2-0 and then we concede a soppy goal. And then we have to, I don't want to say it, boys, but I just have a feeling they may nick a goal. They might nick a goal, they'll score a goal. But I think we can do it 2-1 like with David. And that's been my head, mate. Yeah. Be strong, boys. Defend well. Hit them on the counter.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be one of them Sundays where I think there's going to be a lot of, I'm going to have no nails left by the end of it, put it this way. But yeah, look, I think that we're more than capable of going and getting results now, and I think this is going to be a big marker. I think we go and get a result away to Stamford Bridge, and then we go 9 points
on them.
Then Brentford on Wednesday, right?
Is that away time? Is it Brentford?
That's at home. I've managed to get a ticket for that, so I'll be at that one.
Lovely.
Which is good. Yeah. So I'll do a live stream from the ground. You guys,
cool.
Nice one.
But yeah, cool. People watching, thank you for tuning in. Please smash a like on the video. Apologies for the technical issues.
There's twice in a row, guys. It don't happen all the time. We don't, but we apologise. But thanks for sticking with us, David. Thanks again for joining, mate. You taking the time.
No worries, guys. Have a good rest of your
We'll probably see you on the reaction video on Sunday evening.
Yeah. Thank you, boys.
Cool.
All the best.
Take care,
Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you later.